Hey there, it's Phoenix Amore. So understand something about all the dynamics that's happened this last year. When you have somebody who's very understanding of human nature, sometimes you have other people who take advantage of that. And so now, if you are a mature person and you start to kind of realize some of the dynamics that played out the last year and a half, it's finally when I went the hell off and said, I'm tired of being understanding, right? And having this empathy to where folks were running me over. So naturally, what happens to people? When you start setting boundaries and you've been the diplomat, like, I understand why so and so, and I know why he's feeling this way, saying, I don't give a damn how so and so feel. Now it's about how I feel. That's what's happened. So understand something. When I was addressing my first ex's wife, guess what I told her? You may be the better woman for her, for him, excuse me. He and I were not compatible to a point that there was some it was volatile in the household. So at some point I'm leaving because even when I tried to move and I find out you still cheating, there's just something now in this relationship, which is fine, where you just can't stay faithful. So I gotta go. So know something, even with my first husband's wife, when I told her, I said, you may be more compatible. This is that grown woman stuff I'm talking about, when you can really step back and go, girlfriend, trust me, I'm not competing with you about him. And at the end of the day, that's y'all's household. I can't care about a lot of stuff going on in y'all's household. This is what's going on here. That's it. So, second ex, I'm looking at this woman, and I'm being real with you guys right now. I'm like, this lady has 0 kids. She knows nothing about kids, okay? And it's not that you're trying to be rude. This is, again, that maturity kicking in and me knowing the dynamics in human nature. I'm like, she's going to learn her lesson, not in a malicious way where I'm like, I got to step back and let this woman, who is my sons, the 2 sons, she is ultimately their stepmother. So when you talk about this blended family stuff, I know how the second ex is, where he likes to spin stories and the drama and all this kind of stuff. I know this already. And again, we're talking about human nature. So sometimes you let that dust settle. That's what I did, where I'm like, okay, it's going to be a lot of projection. I've already owned my stuff. You're not going to keep making me own something that I already took ownership of. See, that's the difference with a lot of people. When I've become self-aware enough to say, I see my contribution and why the marriage fell apart, you don't get to keep punishing me over and over again for those same things and lying about it. So understand something, and I want you to know how intuitive judges are. This is really that lesson where I talk about the judge that kind of was looking at the dynamics, and he's looking through the history of all this, and he's seeing it like this person is the diplomat. But even anybody in that role, like a judge or however, is gonna finally say, you know what? You need, and that's what he said. Y'all need to start playing a little bit nicer, because he can see me moving twice, right? So all these adjustments I tried to make. At first, I'm taking what you said as a concern as being a true concern, but now I see it's excuses for you to want to be in control. So when I stop, which is what's freaking out people the last year and a half, I stopped being diplomat and said, no, I'm putting this line in the sand, and this is where I'm standing with a lot of things. So no, first ex's wife understood that about me at some point. Girl, hey, I wish you guys the best. Second exes, I'm not quite sure. We haven't had enough interactions yet to where she can understand me, but I step back knowing this is a woman without kids that's having to learn how to take care of these 2 boys. Don't mind her playing that role like somewhat of a mother. Do mind when you didn't know the whole history behind everything. So now, as this stuff starts getting shaken out, at the end of the day, as I start communicating more with these same people, they start to get more of an understanding of me. It's not about holding grudges. It is about me setting that boundary and finally saying, no, no, no. Y'all had how many years to lie on me? So now when I say enough is enough, that's where we are now. Take care.